Hi everybody, today we are looking at a question like this. Now as you can see over here, alright, it says that the wooden block as shown in diagram A was dipped completely into a pail of paint. So this was dipped completely, alright, into a pail of paint. Then it was cut along the dotted lines, okay, as you can see all of these dotted lines over here, alright, as shown in B to form a solid, alright, as shown in C. Now the solid form could be divided into 6 identical cubes, okay, so as you can see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Now, what happens is this, right? It says that the total unpainted area of the solid in diagram C was 337.5 centimeter cube. What is the total unpainted area? So if I were to dip this in, all right, I know that whatever that is inside will not be affected by the paint. Okay, so after cutting, right, you realize that some parts are actually not painted. So which are they? One over here, of course, if this part is not painted, then the other side I can call it 2. All right, if 3 over here, then the other side I can call it 4. Now, but I think there's one that I need to really highlight to you, right? Which is this part over here. Okay, I hope you can imagine this. Imagine this cube. Okay, I want you to follow my cursor. The front facing of this cube. All right, the front facing of this cube. So maybe let me just outline it. The front facing of this cube is not painted because that part is actually the internal part, the inside part, right? So I call this number 5. However, this on its own is not a square. What happens is that we have to add another part on the other side. So this will also be called 5. And when I put them together, then that's when it forms a square. And we want to make sure everything is the same so that it will be easy for me to divide later. All right, but I'm not done because there's another part here, okay, that is what I call number 6. Okay, and then we have another one over there. So this is my number 6, and this is my number 6. So both of them, when they add up together, that gives me 6. So what I know for sure, right, is that 6 unpainted faces, okay, 6 unpainted faces is actually equals to 337.5. We always find one first, so one unpainted face. Okay, I will be getting 337.5 divided by 6, and we get to 56.25. Okay, so this is the area of one face. Okay, so the area of one face is 56.25. Now, so since you know the area of one face, right, what you can do is you can find the measurement, right? So what is the length? What is the length? The length will then just be square root 56.25. So when you square root 56.25, you will get to an answer of 7.5 cm. So what exactly is 7.5? This is 7.5, and this is also 7.5. Okay, now the question is not asking us, for the area, but the question wants us to find the volume of the wooden block at first. So which is the one at first? Definitely we can see it is diagram A or B, right? In fact, we can use B to help us, right? So the volume of the wooden block at first will be everything that is from here all the way to here, okay, and this part as well, and definitely the height, right? So let's ask ourselves, okay, for the length, okay, tell me, all right, how many cubes are there? There are 3 in total. So what we can do is 7.5 times 3. Okay, if you're wondering, hey, how do you know it's 3? Because if you were to look at this, right, you can see that the length, there are 3 in total. 1, 2, 3. All right, and for this side, it is also 3 in total. How do I know that? Because I look at this, right? So 7.5 times 3 again. And for the height itself, there's only 1 cube, so therefore the height will just be 1. So from here to here is 7.5 times 1. Okay, so now once all of this, once we are done with this, right, what we want to do is we want to find the volume, okay, of the wooden block. Okay, so let's use L times B times H. Okay, we know that the length is 7.5 times 3, so we're just going to put it in, times the breadth, which is once again times the breadth, which is once again 7.5 times 3, and definitely we have to times the height, which is just 7.5. Okay, so when you do this, you do 7.5 times 3, you get to 22.5. So whatever that is over here is 22.5 times 22.5 times 7.5, and you will get to an answer of 3796 0.875 centimeter cube. Okay, so this is the first part of this question. Now then when we move on to the second part of the question, it says, what percentage of the wooden block is the solid form in diagram C? Okay, so question wants you to find percentage, right? So you have to times 100, right? Of the wooden block is the solid form in diagram C. So solid formed in diagram C is my numerator. If you're wondering why, because it's is the solid form, so it's always is over of, right? Now over the wooden block, which means to say the total times 100. Okay, so to find the solid form in diagram C, I need to go back to the diagram, and I see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubes in total. All right, because we know that 1 cube is actually 7.5. The volume of 1 cube is 7.5 times 7.5 times 7.5, isn't it? All right, this is 1 cube, but since I have 6 cubes in total, I have to times 6 over the wooden block, which is the total. As you can see over here, is 3796.875. So 3796.875. And definitely what I have to do is times 100. Okay, now when you do this, right, so let's maybe do the solid form in diagram C first, the measurement for that. All right, so we get to 2531.25 over 3796.875, and when we times 100, we'll get to an answer of 66.6666%. Now, but the question wants us to round off to one decimal place, right? So it will be 66.7%, and this is your answer for this question.